Hello and welcome back. Finally, I'm filming the honeymoon shopping video where I bought fabric only in two of the places that we went, Palma de Mallorca and Barcelona, Spain. And both were great. They're really fun. I wasn't trying to make fabric shopping, obviously the main goal of the honeymoon, but if two of the places that we went have either a special fabric or have a lot of fabric shops like Barcelona, I tried to bookmark a bunch on my Google Maps so that we could go if we were near them when doing other things. So as a refresher, because it's been a while, this video is very overdue. We took our honeymoon as a cruise through Norwegian Cruise Line, and we flew into Rome, and we stayed in Rome for a couple of days, and then we got on the ship in Civitavecchia, and that went up the coast of Italy. So we went to Naples and we went to Pisa and then to Villefranche and then around the coast of Spain. And we hit a bunch of places in Spain, so we had a lot of stops. So we had Barcelona and Palma de Mallorca that's in this video, but Cartagena and Cadiz and a bunch of other ones, also Ibiza. And we ended in Lisbon, Portugal. And it was really fun. We had such a good time. It was so nice to see so many places so quickly. The one advantage to like the cruising thing, just going to see like the ruts of the Roman chariots in Pompeii when we were there, really old historical cities. In Villefranche, we went to a perfume factory and we got some French perfume. And then there was like an old castle and like village in Eze, France. And all of the Spanish and Italian, works of art and the Trevi Fountain, like you think about it, the Colosseum, we saw it as we went through and it was just such a good time. And I'm really glad that we did it that way. It was really fun. And I'll put up a couple pictures of here and there. I did wear some me-made makes on the trip, including this dress. This is a cashmere Turner dress that I'm currently wearing. And I wore this on the trip as well as the made for the trip. I bought the fabric in Portland, but it was that Italian themed fabric. I wore that shirt at the Colosseum and a few other me-made makes and dresses all along the way. And it was great. So really had a good time, but you're here for the fabric. So let's get into that. So the first place we stopped was Barcelona. This is my second time in Barcelona. The first time was 2016. However, in 2016, I didn't sew yet. And so there was no fabric tourism shopping when I was there. However, I had seen a lot of crafterpreneur videos in Barcelona, and they have a lot of really cool fabric shops there. And so we, obviously for the cruise, we're only in each location for one day. So we made the most of it, and we went to do some things like we did some Picasso Museum and some other things like that. And then, had some sangria and everything. And we went to a couple fabric stores. They're across the street from the one that we actually bought from. I didn't really see anything super interesting in those other ones, but the ones that I got from that one shop is really cool. So this is a store that has multiple, it's a kind of a small chain in Spain, or there's just a lot of locations, but not necessarily all in Barcelona. This is Julian Lopez, and this is the one in obviously Barcelona, and I can put the information up for if anyone's curious which one I went to. And I got 3 fabrics. So this fun part about this store, it was really pretty inside, well organized, and people were really helpful. So obviously you're in Spain, so Spanish is the language. And the gentleman that helped us, he was super friendly and super nice. He spoke a little bit of English, mostly Spanish, and I can speak some Spanish, and enough to get through everything that we did for this trip, and Italian. And he was so nice, and he was really cool and fun and very helpful, and he was willing to talk about all the fabrics and like, what do you do? And honestly, it was just like the most fun fabric shopping experience. And they had a lot of very distinct, unique fabrics. And the one that I purchased, the one that was really expensive, was also one you can only get there. This is the signature to Julian Lopez, and I think it's really cool when you see it. So we'll start with, they had some clearance ones, and I got some of that kind of, but not really. So the first fabric is hard to see, but this is a lace, and it's a floral lace where the lace itself is a floral, and then it has floral color print over the top of it to add an accent on these like greens. So I have to get it all the way unfolded because then you can see the light through it. You'll see the pattern. There we go. So this continues the whole way through. Put it closer so you can see. And I just really love the colors, the pinks and the whites with the really rich green for the leaves. And it's really soft. It's actually kind of lightweight. This one was, I got 3 yards of, and it was 30 euros for the 3 yards. So $10 a yard for a lace fabric. So this is probably the clearance one that I got. It's been a while. And I think that's actually great. They called it the Garza Estampada Macrame Estampado in the description. I'll hold up my receipt. So if anyone's like curious about one thing in particular, they can take a look. So I was thinking a dress with this, or at least the skirt of a dress with this. Obviously it will need an underlining because it has holes for the lace, but super, super pretty. I imagine as a completed dress, this will be gorgeous. And I think 10 euros a yard is a pretty good price. The next one I got was a scuba. And I have not seen a scuba with this coloring or printing here in the United States. It's very my colors. I love blues and teals and greens, but with these peach roses on top of it. This scuba was I got 4 yards, and it was 27.96 euros. So this one was probably maybe on clearance as well. So the per yard price would be $7 a yard. And it's a thinner scuba, or it's in the description. This one is the Neopreno Flor Aquamarina, and then some abbreviation with azul. So they call it like neoprene, neoprene scuba. It has, holding it the wrong way, has a little bit of stretch, but not like a ton. So that means it's really stable. But the nice part about it being somewhat of a thinner scuba or a neoprene is that it's lightweight. Because if you wear, I don't know if you ever worn a thicker neoprene, it's hot. I say that as it's 90 degrees in Utah today on September. But this has some flow to it as well. So it doesn't have to be one of the more fitted scuba patterns because the scuba itself has some nice drape and flow to it. But yeah, I thought this was super pretty. And again, I think that's a pretty good price. So yeah. So 4 yards of that would make pretty much any non-maxi length dress, I think. And I'm excited to use this. The one unfortunate thing is that probably won't make any of these up for a little while. You know how you get precious about your fabric and everything? So recently, like since January, I've been finally losing weight. I feel like I always try, you know what I mean? But actually going down in sizes. And I cleaned my closet out over Americans Labor Day weekend. And I had all these handmade shirts and dresses, and all of them are like way too big, and couldn't bring myself, like, what do you do with them? You know what I mean? Do you donate them? Do you give them to people who watch your videos, like friends and family? I don't know. So I don't know what to do with them. So I just folded them all up into a box. But a lot of my most favorite makes don't fit anymore. Like that really awesome green leather asymmetrical jacket is so big on me. And a lot of like the dress I made for my bachelorette party, it's way too big with that Hawaiian fabric. Luckily this one actually still fits, but like in a lot different way than it used to. So like the knit stuff kind of is a little more flexible. Fortunately, a lot of the dresses somewhat still look okay, but I don't want to use some of these really cool fabrics from these beautiful places until I'm more settled on a size. So planning to just kind of make up cheaper fabrics or knits or things I don't care about as much for the foreseeable few months. We'll see what happens. But the next one, I say that because the next one is super precious. This one was really expensive. This was 69 euros for 1 yard, kind of a yard. It's a panel, they call it actually. And I got pictures. this is the one the guy was telling us about the most, like that he let us write to in the store when he knew what I liked to make. And these were signature to the store. So this one is called I Viaggi di Marcella, and I believe that that name is Italian because this is an Italian designer that makes these. So each one of these panels, and I think there were 4, represents a cityscape somewhere in the Mediterranean area. And the really cool part about the panel is it's designed for a circle skirt. So to try to get this in view for you. So the one that I bought, unfortunately, is not a place that I've been, but it was the one I liked the colors of the most. And I believe, there you can see it. So you get this paneling with the buildings, and so you can see how that would work with the circle skirt and how the paneling is actually cut on the circle. And then you have extra fabric on the sides that is this polka dot greenish teal, and that's to add accent pieces to the dress. So that goes all the way around. So here's the other side of the panel. So this is printed in Italy. It even says it on the side here. Stampato in Italia. And I Viaggi di Marcella is the name of this one. So I believe this is Marseille, France. I could be wrong. I might be misremembering. But this one was the one that I chose because I really liked it. And then, like I said, I have the pictures of the other ones. And they had these cool, like, postcard things. But they were out of it for this particular one. But obviously, I'll make a circle skirt with this someday. And it will probably be one of my pride and joy dresses. And then there is a part of it, too, at the top that you get this really cool, like, watercolor effect on the sky. And, like, how pretty is that? I really like it. And then here's a close-up of the buildings. So my husband was super helpful, and he did pictures of the other one. So there was one in Greece, and I loved that one. But that one had a lot of yellow feature, and I don't really love yellow. And then there was like a hot pink and green one, as you'll see. I'm putting the pictures up. And so there was these 4 sets, and they were telling us you can only buy them there. So that was really fun, very expensive, but I think it's worth it because when you can get a fabric that's so distinct and unique, and that's what I got there. And then they had like some fun pins. So you can see what they say. And then they gave us a whole bunch of these. I'm not sure why. They're not even a sticker. They just tell you about Julian Lopez on the back. But this is like their thing. So I have like a bunch of these. I even still have the bag. It says La Tienda de las Telas. And I believe that means just fabric store. So then the other place that we went fabric shopping was Palma de Mallorca. If you're not familiar with Palma de Mallorca, it is an island off the coast of Spain. This was a really fun place to visit. So obviously our boat docked really early in the morning, and I have a picture of the island that I'll put here. That it's such a cute, like quaint little island town. You can see like old buildings, and then walking through it, even it's kind of you're just kind of meandering through streets that kind of go all over the place, and then you have cool shops like this bakery, and it had like this really cool storefront. And then to go where we got the fabric from, I had researched this actually a lot. Palma de Mallorca is known for one specific fabric being from this island. It is known from this island. And in English-speaking countries, you often see this labeled as ICAT or ICAT, I-K-A-T. I'm not sure how people pronounce that, but that is not what they call it on Palma de Mallorca. In Palma de Mallorca, these are tela lenguas or lenguas mallorquinas. Tela, or like with the tela part, which is the fabric. And it is very specific to them. And I found this really cool place that I had looked up that had really good reviews. It's called Vidal Tex. They have a website, they have an Instagram and everything. You can buy some of these fabrics from there too. And so when we went in there, it's a small place. I have a lot of pictures. And they sell mostly fabrics and Also, like they had pre-made bags and stuff. They do not speak English, or at least the two employees that were there when I was there do not speak any English, which turned out to be okay. I was talking to them well enough. And they were super nice and super friendly. Again, what a great fabric shopping experience. They were trying to tell me all about the origins of the fabric once they knew that that's why I was there and that's what I was interested in. And the big thing is that lenguas is tongue in Spanish. And mallorquinas, obviously Mallorca, you know. So Mallorcan tongues would be the translation to English. And then it comes from dragons. So this fabric is just to be designed to look like dragon tongues. And it goes into like this history and mythology that's really cool. So they were telling me about the dragones and trying to tell me about this. And it was really fun and really cool. And then I was making sure that when I was there that I was getting fabric that was actually made there. So some of their fabric is made right there on the island. All of the designs are made right there in Palma de Mallorca, but only some of the fabrics are actually made there. And I actually noticed, I checked out their website today, and it did not look like you can get the made on island ones on their website, because they were really expensive and nothing on the website matched that pricing. And then they have some that are, I believe, not made on the island, and those ones are cheaper, but there were way more of those. And so the handmade, the ones that are made there was only a small display of those and not very many of them. And at least as far as I understood it, again, English versus Spanish, and me understanding their Spanish, and I am not a fluent Spanish speaker, but I'm pretty okay. And so I'll show you what I got from there and how much I got, because it was pricey, some of it. Okay, so the cheaper one I got is this one. This is labeled as Luneta Lenguas on the receipt. So this was €9.50 per meter, and I got 2 meters of this. I really like the bright blue, and it's slightly softer than the other 2 fabrics I got, and it was in the hopes that I could make like a stiffer pair of shorts or something with the 2 yards. And trying to give you an idea. So most of the stuff that they sell is very heavyweight. We're talking like bag weight, upholstery weight, kind of canvas feeling. And you can see it's pretty stiff. But this one, they said, would be suitable for shorts. So I asked them about that, and they said that this one would be suitable. You wouldn't want to use it for anything that wasn't bottom weight, but that's why I got 2 yards of this one for that purpose. But it's such a vibrant blue. It's this blue in person too. It's really pretty. And I really like that. All of the prints I got are actually pretty similar. Just happens to be a little bit different in their thing. So the next ones were the same price. I'm looking at my receipt on my phone. And they were €29 per meter. And I got 1 meter of each because that was expensive. And also these are the ones that are made in Palma. So there's this teal and gray. And then here's the dragon tongue. This one, I was hoping for both of these pillows or bags. This happens to be like a featured color in our living room. We have a fireplace that's actually this color. So I thought that would be fun to make like a pillow, or a pillowcase at least. Especially because I only bought 1 yard because it's expensive. And again, this is that really heavy weight. This is a little bit thicker and the content is different. This one, I think, this one might be 100% cotton. I can't remember, and I can't find it on their website to know. But the amount of cotton to polyester ratio changed as the prices changed and the weights changed. So this one might be 100% cotton or close to it with a polyester mix. And then the other one is just a different colorway of that. They didn't have the brighter colors in this. And then this one's like a navy blue and a blue combo of this. And same thing, like a pillow or a bag. I think it'd be really fun to make like a really good, like sturdy canvas bag, or even like with scraps that are left over, you can do like the flap of a necessary clutch wallet with this, or you can do a lot of little things, like a lot of little projects like wallets or anything. So I think that's gonna get my good value out of my €29. I mean, obviously that's not the most expensive fabric ever, but I think it's really cool that I got to talk to them and see their store and then have them tell me all about the history of this fabric and get all of the details. So if you're ever in Palma de Mallorca, I highly recommend going to Vidal. And if you're in Barcelona, going to see Julian Lopez, because that was some of the best souvenirs that I got on the trip. I thought that was really fun, and now I need to make like a precious make with them when things settle down. I am hoping to get back into making a lot more, hence filming the video was number one step. And I have made some stuff recently, so I will put that up soon too. But I hope you enjoyed this video of my shopping in Spain, and hopefully you can make it there one day yourselves.